Coach, you're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
I still remember a scouting report that a former Giants GM had on Eli Manning coming out of Mississippi. He simply said he has it. And we always talk about the it factor, which means they're going to play large in big moments, in key situations, and Eli Manning has always had that.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second and 12, Manning. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here we go. 30 base.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Fights him off. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Set, ready, set up, 8, read.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 6, but they've still got some work to do on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Throwing now is Manning. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And, Charles, now we get our first look at this offense.
And one guy you have to look at in particular is Kyle Long. Can play guard or tackle with a nice degree of nastiness.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A first down carry for Davis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch tight end.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
In the backfield, standing alone here on 2nd and goal is Davis. Now Trubisky to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was all capped off by Mitchell Trubisky's touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Down. 50, plant.
From the gun on third down, Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
Let's go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Trubisky. Flushed out right, and he's going to keep it here. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Giants have it. It's picked up.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And New York set to take the field. And what a time to get the ball on a turnover here in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, great starting position, too. And if they can cash this in with a touchdown, all of a sudden they go into the locker room with the lead instead of the other guys.
So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. 59.
Watch the slant.
Get it.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Sack City. Sack City, baby.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too. As we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go, let's go!
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
180! You better bring it. You better. I'm letting you know right now.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
180! Got you. I got you, son. Check. Fresno.
On 1st down, it's Cohen. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Now it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Pick it up.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. Happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ready. 90, Wolf.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Ready.
Now Saquon Barkley. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3 bud.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
58, Mike. Time to go, night.
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Manning finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Manning now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
You ready?
Go 58's the mic. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 1st down, Manning. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Manning. Pass incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll toss to Davis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Here's Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Let's see what you got.
Now it's Davis, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Come on, 180!
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Trubisky to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Like what they did there, dialed up the pressure. He felt it all around him, and they were able to get to him before he could deliver the ball cleanly.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So Manning and the Giants down 10-6, a minute 44 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
30 base.
Right here, right here.
They'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw, Manning. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram in the final minute, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally.
And what happens is you mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Rosas good with the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So the focus now shifts to the Bears. trailing by a field goal. A little under 40 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He'll look to throw. He finds Robinson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one on Kyle Long, of course, the son of Hall of Famer Howie Long. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He's back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing now is Trubisky. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky connecting with Burton here over the middle. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Two 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.